So I hope the audio works. I tested it a couple of times. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the Spotify playlist to work, but I'll send a link so you can listen to it over the recording. Okay, so as I said before, this is going to be a trauma informed. I'm not certified in trauma informed yoga, but I've taken enough classes to know where in the body we store trauma and store stress and emotions and experiences. So, this class is just going to be about helping to move that energy outside of us so we're not holding on to it so tightly. And I hope it provides a cathartic release. And throughout the class, I'll invite you to close your eyes, but I know that at this time it might not be comfortable for everyone. So please just do what feels best for you. If it's a gentle gaze with your eyes open, that also works. And yeah, as always, this class is yours. Whatever it is that you need, take your time, take your space. And I just invite you to really give yourself permission to just feel, allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to release all the trapped emotions. Don't judge yourself for what you're feeling. Just allow whatever comes to come because that's what needs to be let go of in the body. And if we don't take this time to release the tension that we're storing and trapping, it's just going to build up and lead and manifest to a lot of different bigger issues. So I promise that if you take the time to do this for yourself, you'll feel some sense of relief. And I hope you do at least. So, with that, just coming to find a comfortable seated position, whatever seated position works for you, but just make sure you feel your sit bones rooted to the ground or a block. Feel that support of the earth, providing a sense of safety, security, and support. And just notice if in this seated position you're holding on to tension, and allow your shoulders to drop away from the ears. Allow your hips to sink heavier into the mat. Allow your jaw to soften, the tongue to fall from the roof of the mouth, to soften the cheekbones, the eyes, unfurrowing the eyebrows as you soften the forehead. And together we'll take a collective, deep, deep inhale in, guiding the breath from the lower belly all the way up into the heart. And on the exhale, letting go from the heart all the way out through the belly. And bringing awareness to the breath to help guide us into the present moment. Using every exhale to release anything trapped, anything you need to let go of. And every inhale to bring in more love, more light, more connection to self, nourishing yourself through this practice. And just giving yourself permission to use your voice to sigh anything out, to really give yourself this opportunity to fully let go, to receive, to feel support. Deepening the inhale in and breathing all the way out. Taking one more breath in And one more breath out. Bringing the palms to heart center, feeling the heat in between the palms of your hands. And just taking a moment to set your intention for class. And I offer you the intention of self-nourishment, of self-care, of releasing whatever stress and trauma is stored in the body, so you're able to show up better for the community, for the people around you, for yourself. And then maybe placing both hands over your heart, feeling the warmth of the palms into the heart. Just taking a moment to pray a little prayer, a little mantra to all the people that are hurting, and just sending them light and healing energy and love. Remembering that's the only way we can move forward. And then we bring our hands back to heart center and take this deep, deep, deep inhale in. And a deep exhale out, releasing the arms by the side. If your eyes are closed, just blinking them open. Starting to roll out the neck. Dropping your head down and your left ear to the left shoulder, holding here. Breathing into the right side of the neck. As we inhale, rise the left arm high, placing the palm on the right side of the head and gently pulling over to the left. Breathing into the tension we might have been holding in the neck, in the tops of the shoulders, maybe extending your right arm out. Fingertips graze the mat. Taking a deep inhale in and a deep exhale out. Slowly, gently releasing the head, dropping the chin to the chest, and slowly rolling the right ear to the right shoulder, breathing into the left side of the neck. Inhale, right arm rises, planting the right palm on the left side of the head as we gently pull over to the right. Breathing into the left side of the neck, the top of the shoulder, maybe extending the left arm out, fingertips graze the mat. Creating space in the body, moving energy, moving the tension. Taking one more inhale in. And exhale, slowly releasing the head, dropping the chin back to the chest, and just taking gentle rolls of the neck, very slowly, very gently. And after you've done 2 rounds to one side, switching to the other side, being very mindful and gentle with each movement. And as you finish the last roll of the neck, coming back, bringing your head back to center, starting to roll the shoulders up and back. On the inhale, we bring the shoulders up to the ears. And on the exhale, we roll down our spine. One more like this, inhaling in, exhaling out. The other way, inhale, shoulders come up, and exhale over. Inhale up, exhale over. One more inhale, rise up and over. Beautiful. Bringing back the shoulders to a neutral position. On the inhale, we rise the arms high overhead. Fingertips come towards the sky. My brain is really mushy, so if I'm stuttering on my words, just bear with me. Shoulders drop away from the ears. Take a deep inhale in. And on the exhale, plant the right palm next to the side. Inhale, rise the left arm extended high. And exhale, bending over to the right. Peeling your heart, your chest open to the sky on the inhale. And on the exhale, sinking even deeper over to the right side, breathing into the left side body. Softening the left knee, softening the left hip, creating space from the oblique all the way up through the fingertips. Taking one more inhale in and exhale out. Inhale, rising both arms back up to center. Exhale, planting the left palm next to the body. Inhale, extending the right arm high and bending over to the left. Peeling the heart, the chest open to the left, to the sky. And exhale to bend even deeper, softening the right hip flexor, the right knee. Focus the extension from the obliques all the way up through the fingertips. Taking one more inhale in. One more exhale out. Inhale, our arms come back up to center. Exhale, our palms come behind us, fingertips facing the glutes. Rolling the shoulder blades back, opening the heart, opening the chest. Option to stay here, maybe dropping the knees down, rising the pelvis high. Chin comes parallel to the sky as we breathe into our forearms. Our heart, the front side of our body, creating space. Just noticing if your body starts to shake, and if so, it's releasing the trauma, it's releasing stress. Just embracing the shake as you breathe through it, allowing anything to come up and come through. And exhaling slowly, we come back down. Inhale, we rise our arms high up. And exhale, we bow forward, planting the palms, walking the fingertips far out in front of us, letting our head hang heavy as we drop the weight of our neck all the way down, reaching the fingertips as far forward as you can. Take a deep inhale in and exhale to sink even lower, releasing the tension in the lower back, in the head, letting it all drop down. Just holding here. The other day, I took a yoga class while I was in Greece, Sunday morning. And it was the first time I was able to really drop into my body. Up until then, I think I was in a state of shock, of grief, of denial, of disbelief. And it wasn't until I got onto my mat that I was able to sink in and notice what I was holding on to inside. The pain, the darkness, the loss, the heartbreak. And throughout this yoga practice, my body shook, trembled. I felt this heated sweat that I haven't felt before. And every time I felt that physiological sensation. I started to cry, and I started to feel that emotional release as well as the physical release. And it felt so cathartic just to feel that connection with myself and to give myself permission to feel the overwhelm, to feel how dysregulated my nervous system was, and to know that I was giving myself a beautiful gift of stillness, of connection, and of taking actions of love to regulate our nervous system, to come back to our center, to come back to that place of love inside of us. So just taking a final inhale in and an exhale out. As you begin to look forward, gaze comes in between the fingers, the palms, knees come out wide, toes are together. As you sink back into a child's pose, walking your hands forward once again, and just dropping down even deeper, extending the palms out, maybe TPing out the fingers so the fingertips are on the mat, the palms are up, creating a deeper stretch in the chest, tucking your tailbone under, deepening the inhale in, deepening the exhale out. On the next inhale, our gaze will come forward and we'll slowly rise up onto hands and knees, tabletop position. Again, finding that connection with the mat, that sense of grounded security and safety. Crown of the head comes forward as you deeply inhale in. And on the exhale, sinking the belly down, shoulder blades come back, tailbone comes high, chest up, chin up, look up. Take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, tuck the chin, curve the spine, press the ground away, contract the abs, drop the head. Deep inhale in. Exhale, belly drops, chest up, chin up, look up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, press the ground away. We'll move through this 4 more times, linking each breath to each movement, inhaling in. Exhaling out. 2 more. Inhale in. Exhale out. 1 more. Inhale in. Exhale out. Coming back to a neutral spine, we'll plant the right palm in the center of the mat. Inhale, the left arm reaches up and high, gaze comes past the fingertips, twisting from the obliques, noticing if you feel any shake in the lateral twist, rinsing, detoxifying everything from your body, all the negativity, all the toxicity. Take 1 more deep inhale. Exhale, thread the needle, left elbow, left shoulder comes down onto the mat. Inhale, the right arm comes high. Exhale, we loop it behind the back, opening the heart, opening the chest, breathing through this twist as we breathe into the left shoulder blade. Taking a deep inhale in and a deep exhale out. Inhale, our right arm comes high. Exhale, plant the right palm next to the face. Press the ground away as you deeply inhale the left arm high. And exhale, setting the left palm down. This time, planting the right palm in the center of the mat. Oh no, sorry, left palm in the center of the mat. Inhale, reach the right arm high, twisting open. Breathing into the twist. One more deep inhale. Exhale, thread the needle, right elbow, right shoulder comes down onto the ground. Inhaling the left arm high, twisting open. And exhale, looping the arm behind the back, peeling the heart, the chest open to the sky. And exhaling, breathing into the right shoulder blade. Allowing your body to release, to shake. I know my arm's shaking right now. Taking one more deep breath in. And one more deep breath out. On the inhale, we rise the left arm high. Plant the palm next to the face. Press the ground away as you inhale, reach the right arm high to the sky. And exhale, plant the right palm down, moving into all fours. Flush this out with one cat and one cow. Coming back to a neutral spine, keeping the tailbone high, we'll walk the hands 1 foot forward and just sink the hips back. Tailbone and hips stay over the knees. Palms are reaching out, dropping the chin, the forehead to the mat. Puppy dog pose, creating space in the heart and the chest. Breathing into the heart space behind the back. Keeping the toes tucked under. One more deep inhale in. And deep exhale out. On the inhale, gaze comes forward, starting to walk your palms underneath your shoulders, shifting the weight as we begin to walk our feet out into a plank position. Holding here in plank. Taking a deep inhale in as we activate the core. And a deep exhale out as we begin to press our tailbone high. Our chest as close to the knees as possible. Moving into downward facing dog as we drop the head, allowing the head to hang heavy. Maybe shaking it out. And maybe walking your dog side to side, allowing yourself to release the tension behind the legs. Creating gentle and slow movements. Not rushing to any final position. Just allowing yourself to move into what your body needs. Taking one more breath here. And exhaling, coming back to stillness. Downward facing dog. On the inhale, we look forward. Slowly starting to step your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Feet are hip width distance apart. And allowing your body to hang heavy over the legs. Releasing any holding in the lower back, in the shoulders and the neck. Letting your fingers graze the mat. As you drop everything down, maybe feeling a release, a shaking of the legs. Beginning to sway side to side to create a deeper opening of the lower back, of the legs. An option to grab on to the elbows, ragdoll position, allowing the weight of gravity to pull you down even more. And slowly we'll begin to rise all the way up into Tadasana, mountain pose, one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last to lift. Arms extend high. Shift this up. Arms extend high. Coming into Tadasana, mountain pose, feeling the grounding of your feet on the mat and pressing everything up, your quads, your glutes, tucking your pelvis under, engaging the core as your arms extend high, shoulders away from the ears. Feeling the strength of mountain pose. Reminding ourselves that no matter what is happening in the outside world, no matter the chaos, the turmoil, the suffering, the pain, that we can stand tall, we can stand strong amidst all of it. Just like a mountain, unwavering. We stand together as one in solidarity, in unity, in love for our country and our people. So maybe dropping one hand on your heart, one hand on your lower belly as you just breathe this feeling in. And breathe this feeling out, standing tall, standing strong as one with the soldiers fighting for us. Taking a final breath here. As we exhale, releasing the palms by our side. On the inhale, rise the arms up overhead, moving into sun salutations to just move a bit of energy. And exhale as we dive forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Drop your hands all the way at the bottom. On the inhale, we halfway lift, spine is straight, crown of the head is forward, shoulder blades come back. And on the exhale, releasing the arms, dropping down. On the inhale, root to rise, high, arms extend up overhead. And on the exhale, hands come together at heart center. We'll do that 2 more times. Deep inhale in. Deep exhale out, forward fold, dropping everything at the bottom. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, we root to rise, extending the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. One more time. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms extend up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Deep inhale in. Deep exhale out, one hand on the heart, one hand on the lower belly. Just feeling the beating of your heart. Finding a moment of gratitude for this life that we get to live. Knowing that not everyone is as lucky as us to be standing here in this practice. And that we have to live our life for those who can't. So just deeply inhaling a sense of gratitude, whatever little spark of gratitude and appreciation you can find. And exhaling it out as you release your arms, dropping them by the side. Inhale, our arms come high. Exhale, we forward fold. Inhale, we halfway lift. Exhale, we plant the palms, step back to a plank position. Take a deep inhale in plank. Exhale, our knees drop down. Our triceps graze the rib cage as we lower our belly all the way down. Releasing the toes. On the inhale, halfway lift, activating the lower back, tucking the triceps next to the body, opening the heart. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, slowly lower back down, press up and back, downward facing dog. Taking one more inhale in. And one more exhale out. On the inhale, we'll begin to rise the right leg high. Maybe opening up the hip, bending the right knee, opening the hip to the right side. And then exhale, planting the right foot in between the hands. Dropping the left knee down, untucking the toes. Slowly on the inhale, finding your foundation first as we begin to rise up. Arms extend up high. And on the exhale, hands come through heart center and down onto the hips as we begin to bend forward, opening up the left hip flexor. We trap so many emotions in our hip flexor, so just allowing yourself to breathe deeply, to find that mind-body connection that allows us to release even more. Taking a deep inhale in and a deep exhale out. On the inhale, arms rise high as we begin to shift our hips back, coming into half splits, straightening the front leg, flexing the foot, dropping the palms, allowing the head to hang heavy, breathing in to behind the leg, and just dropping down, letting your head drop, your neck drop. Connecting back to your breath. Taking one more deep inhale in. And one more deep exhale out. Inhale, our gaze comes forward as we begin to shift the weight into the front foot, bending the right knee. Arms sweep up once again. And on the exhale, planting our palms on the inside of our right foot. Toe healing the right foot so the toes are out, ankles in. I don't know if you can see. And once you're here, maybe coming down onto your forearms, moving into lizard pose. Dropping the head, dropping the neck. Just give you a different angle so you can see. Can't do it. No space. Opening up your inner thighs. With every exhale, sinking even deeper, sinking even lower. Taking one more inhale in. And exhaling out. Slowly on the inhale, beginning to bring your palms up onto the mat. Toe heel the foot back to center, framing the foot. Inhale, arms rise high. Exhale, palms plant together. Left elbow comes around right knee, pressing elbow into knee as we twist. Gaze comes past the right shoulder. Option to stay here, or maybe tucking the left toes under, slowly, mindfully lifting the left knee, coming into revolved high lunge. This is where I feel the shake. This is where I feel the trauma, the stress releasing. So just allowing yourself to twist even deeper, embracing the shake. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, planting the palms down, keeping the left palm next to the right foot, and rising the right arm as we twist over to the right side. Gaze comes past the right fingertips. Take one more inhale here. And exhale, planting the right palm down. Right foot comes to meet the left. Inhale and plank. Exhale, knees drop down. Triceps graze the rib cage as you slowly lower down to the mat. Releasing the toes, baby cobra as you activate the lower back. And exhale, down. Inhale, pressing back up. And exhale, releasing back, downward facing dog. Just holding here for 3 breaths. Taking one more inhale in. And one more exhale out. On the next inhale, rising the left leg high. Opening the left hip, knee bends, foot drops to the right. Left hip is facing the left side. Take an inhale in. And on the exhale, slowly, mindfully step the left foot in between the hands. Drop the right knee down. Untuck the toes as you slowly rise up, arms come up. And exhale, hands come through heart center, down onto the hips. As you sink the hips further forward, breathing into the right hip flexor. Letting emotions move through you, letting the breath move through you. Knowing that using our breath is one of the only ways that we can release the stored emotion. So giving yourself permission to just deeply exhale out. Taking one more breath in. And on the exhale, release the hands. Inhale, arms rise high as we begin to shift the weight back, straightening the front leg, flexing the left foot, bowing down, planting the palms, coming into half splits. Breathing into the back of the left leg. Allowing everything to go. Dropping the head, releasing the neck, relaxing the jaw if you're holding tension in the jaw. That's where I hold all my tension. Taking one more deep inhale in. One more deep exhale out. Inhale, gaze comes forward, beginning to walk our hands back towards our front foot, bending their left knee. Inhale, we rise the arms high. Exhale, planting the palms on the inside of the left foot. Toe heeling the foot out so the left toes are out, the ankles in. Option to stay here, maybe coming down onto your forearms into lizard, dropping the head at the bottom, breathing into the inner thighs, letting everything go. Using your breath to release. Taking one more inhale in. And one more exhale out. On the next inhale, slowly walking your hands to meet the mat. Toe healing the foot back to center. Rising the arms high. Exhale, palms come through the heart. Right elbow comes around left knee. Pressing knee to elbow as we twist our body. Gaze comes past the left shoulder. Option to stay here, maybe tuck the right toes under and mindfully start to straighten and lift the right leg. Tucking navel into spine to twist even deeper, unlocking, releasing, detoxifying, rinsing the body of any unwanted thoughts, feelings, beliefs, memories, experiences. Taking one more deep inhale in. And exhale, twisting out, planting both palms down. Right palm stays next to the left foot as we inhale, release the left arm high, twisting open. Taking one more inhale here. And exhale, plant the left palm down. Left foot comes back to meet the right. Inhale. Exhale, knees drop down. Triceps graze the rib cage, lower all the way down. Inhale. Maybe this time move into an upward facing dog. Arms are extended, shoulder blades roll back. Gaze comes high, chest and heart forward. Take a deep inhale here. And tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Again, holding here for another 3 breaths if you can. And if not, coming back down to a child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. On the next inhale, rising the right leg high. We're going to set up for half pigeon. So on the exhale, bending the knee, bringing the right knee behind the right wrist, right toes behind the left wrist, and just try to shift the foot so the shin is as parallel as possible to the front of the mat. And then positioning your left leg as center and back as possible too. Making sure you're not collapsing to one side or the other, but finding center. Deep inhale in, and you might stay here and that's enough for you. Or on the exhale, begin to walk your palms down to the mat and maybe your forearms down to the mat, dropping the head all the way down and releasing completely into our right hip flexor. And in this position, I just want to bring some intention, but also some stillness. Our hip flexors are where we store the most emotion, the most unwanted emotion and suppressed experiences and feelings. So this position can often feel quite intense. And I just want to give you permission to allow for whatever thoughts, feelings, fears, worries, emotions are coming up. Just allow them to bubble up to the surface, because only when we allow, only when we become aware of what's happening inside of us Can we even begin to do the work to release it, to heal? So just taking the next 5 moments of stillness, of quiet in pigeon on the right side, to allow whatever comes up to come up and just breathe through it, cry through it, shake through it. Whatever it is that you need, take it right now. Taking one more deep inhale in and exhaling out. Slowly begin to walk your hands onto the mat. Tuck the left toes under as you press back into a downward facing dog. Maybe shaking out the leg, doing whatever you need to let go. And then when you're ready, rising the left leg high, bending the left knee into the chest. Left knee drops behind left wrist, left toes behind right. Shifting your right foot straight back. Finding that center position as you inhale in. And exhale, begin to release down over the left leg, dropping the head. Letting everything go. And it's the same intention, the same awareness that we bring to our left side of allowing. And if you notice that this side feels different than the right, that's okay. We store and hold emotions differently in both sides of our body. So it might be that you hold more or less in your right or left side. And without judgment, with simple, gentle awareness, feel what you feel and move through it. The only way out is through. And often that means sitting in the discomfort of what we're experiencing and feeling. It's so easy when we face suffering and trauma to just numb ourselves, to run from the pain, to hide from the heartbreak. But in order for us to release it, we have to move through it. We have to confront it. We have to face it little by little, one step at a time. So for the next couple of breaths, just allowing for yourself to do just that. Taking one more deep inhale in. Deep exhale out. On the inhale, beginning to walk your palms up on the mat. Tucking the right toes under, straightening and pressing back to a final downward facing dog. Just holding here for 2 deep breaths. Inhale as the tailbone comes higher, chest sinks lower. Palms press the mat away as your shoulders come away from the ears. One more inhale. And on the exhale, dropping the knees down wide, toes come together, pressing back, child's pose. Maybe this time you relax the hands, relax the head, making it more of a passive stretch than an active stretch. Another option is to bring the knees together, sink your glutes down to the ankles and the arms come down beside you, dropping the head. letting everything hang heavy, feeling the internal organs press together, massaging, releasing, letting go of the tension in the jaw and the forehead. Letting your breath release out. Taking one more inhale here. And on the exhale, gaze comes forward, beginning to roll over the knees, coming into a seated position. Extending the legs out, keeping the spine straight, flexing the feet. On the inhale, rising the arms up overhead. And as we hinge from the hips, beginning to fold forward, we hold on to our shins, our ankles, or maybe the toes. And once you're there, just allowing your head to drop down, your neck to hang heavy. Breathing into the back of the legs, letting everything just release and lower. On the next inhale, rising your arms up high. Exhale, planting the palms behind you, rolling the shoulder blades back, opening the heart, opening the chest. Again, option to stay here. Maybe you begin to rise the pelvis high, dropping the toes down, shoulders roll back, pressing up as far as you can, pointing the toes, activating the whole body, counteracting the forward fold with a backward bend. Take one more inhale. Exhale, slowly lowering down, bending your knees as you drop all the way down to the mat. Knees come into your chest to give yourself a tight squeeze, a tight hug, and maybe begin to rock side to side, massaging the lower back. And then come back to center. Keep the right knee tucked into the chest as your left leg extends out long. Inhaling the knee to the armpit, breathing into the inner thigh. And on the exhale, guide your right knee across the body over to the left side, extending the right arm next to you into a T formation, and guide your gaze past the right fingertips. Supine twist, holding here for a couple of breaths. With every exhale, deepening the twist, keeping your right shoulder onto the mat as you twist from the obliques. On the next inhale, coming back to center, knees tuck into your chest, tight squeeze. And exhaling the right leg out long, keeping the left knee tucked into the chest. Knee comes into the armpit, tight squeeze, opening up the inner thigh. Then we guide the left knee across the body towards the right. Left arm extends out into a T as the gaze comes past our left fingertips. Breathing into the twist, supine twist. Our final twisting position. Taking one final deep inhale in and one final deep exhale out. Slowly inhaling, bringing both knees back into center. Tight hug, tight squeeze. And then finding happy baby, holding onto the inside of your feet. Extending the knees out wide so the quads are parallel to the mat. An option here again to rock side to side, massaging the lower back, maybe straightening one leg, then the other, creating that final bit of space of shaking in the body. I know this is also what makes me shake, if you can see. Maybe bending and then straightening the legs, creating that final opening, that final release, that opportunity to let go. Taking one more inhale here. And then on the exhale, knees come back into the chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze, a tight hug. Roll your forehead to meet the knees. And on the exhale, slowly, gently make your way to a final Shavasana. Legs extend out long, arms extend out wide. Allowing your body to fully release into the mat. And again, feeling this support. Feeling your whole body supported by the earth. Knowing that in this moment, you're giving yourself the nourishment, the medicine, the healing that it needs in order to move forward. I can safely say that none of us have experienced what we're experiencing right now. No matter who you are, no matter if you live in Israel or don't live in Israel, the darkness that we're not only witnessing but experiencing is unfathomable, incomprehensible. And there's no guidebook, there's no rules, there's no manual on how to navigate and handle all these emotions that we can't even begin to put into words. The only thing I do know is that the only way to move forward is through love and light and supporting each other and taking care of ourselves and taking care of our loved ones and finding gratitude and appreciation for the smallest and simplest of things. All I know is we have to hold the people we love close and tell them how much we love them. All I know is we have to stand up for what we believe in and stand strong together. But in order to do that, we need to cultivate that inner strength, that inner resilience. We need to support ourselves physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally before we can support others. So just know you're giving yourself the greatest gift, and you're giving other people the greatest gift by taking time for yourself, by taking care of yourself. And it's something that my friends and family are constantly reminding me of. So just taking the final 5 breaths in this moment to give yourself whatever it is that you need. You can stay here for as long as you want. And for those of you who are ready to end practice, just start to bring gentle movement to your fingers and your toes. Begin to bring awareness to the body, safely lying here on the mat. And then begin to bring awareness to the breath as you deeply inhale in and deeply exhale out. And then begin to rise the arms overhead to give yourself a good morning stretch. Extending the legs out long, waking up for the first time in this moment. And when you're ready, bringing your knees into your chest to give yourself a final hug, a final squeeze. Thanking yourself for taking the time out of your day to practice. And when you're ready, rolling over to the right or the left side of the mat, using your bicep as a cushion, maybe closing your eyes for this final intimate moment with yourself. Telling yourself whatever you need to feel nourished and safe. And then when you're ready, begin to slowly roll back up, making your way into a final seated position. Finding that sense of grounding, of rooting with the earth once again. And we'll bring our hands to heart center, feeling the heat in between our palms. And maybe starting to rub your hands together to create that friction, that heat, that warmth in between the palm of your hands. And taking a moment to blow your intention, your prayers, your wishes, your desires, your healing, your love, your light into the palms of your hands. And then covering your heart with the palms, allowing that heat, that energy to seep within you. Taking a deep inhale in and a deep exhale out. Slowly dropping the arms by the side, and on our final inhale, we rise them up overhead, planting the palms together as we exhale through the crown, the third eye, the throat, and bow and seal practice into the heart. Namaste. Toda rabah. I love you all so much. And I just wish for healing and safety. And I'm praying for everyone. And I don't have other words than that. So Thank you for joining. And if you have any questions or need to reach out, I'm here. Love you all.